Hello, friends. Pastor Amy here from Southgate United Methodist Church. It's Wednesday, April 24th. The big thing going on in the life of the United Methodist Church as a whole is General Conference. Finally, after a delay of 4 years, the 2020 session of General Conference is gathering together. Delayed, of course, because of the pandemic. It's a particularly important session of General Conference that is, there's a lot of attention directed towards it in the wake of the season of disaffiliations. So there's a lot of questions in the air about what is the United Methodist Church going to look like going into the future? Who will we be? There's also a lot of hope as well. One of the possible reasons for hope is that this might possibly be the General Conference that removes statements from the Book of Discipline that are harmful and unwelcoming to the LGBTQ+ community. For example, paragraph 304 of our Book of Discipline states that the practice of homosexuality is incompatible with Christian teaching. I don't agree with this statement, and there are many faithful United Methodists, lay people and clergy, who do not agree with this statement. We want to see it changed. Not only is there problems with describing homosexuality as a practice, there's also problems with describing anyone because of their orientation or gender identity as being incompatible with Christianity. As a member of the Reconciling movement, the Reconciling Network, Southgate United Methodist Church is committed to welcoming all members of the LGBTQ+ community and conveying to the community God's unconditional love, not because of or in spite of any sexual orientation or gender identity. And it is our hope that this harmful language in our Book of Discipline is removed because it hinders the sharing of the gospel and the making of disciples. Other legislation to be considered at General Conference includes updates to the social principles, which happens periodically so that we can be responsive to our changing world, as well as discussion of regionalization, which is a proposal to restructure how the worldwide United Methodist Church is organized so that it can be more flexible and that individual United Methodist churches in various regions can nimbly respond to their individual contexts to better make disciples for the transformation of the world. There's a lot of difficult work that is going on over the next 2 weeks, and I invite you to join me in being in constant prayer for the delegates from the Great Plains Annual Conference who are there representing us. And be in prayer for all of the delegates, as well as the bishops, all of the volunteers and the hosts, everyone who is working to make this gathering possible and working towards a brighter and more hopeful future for the United Methodist Church. This is an important work and potentially has a big impact on us here locally. Coming up this Sunday, we're continuing in our series on beloved community. We're going to be talking about mercy and justice and the difference between the two and how it's important that a church includes in its ministries focus in both of those areas as well as faith development. That's what's going on this Sunday. That's what's going on in the world in general with the United Methodist Church. Remember that in all of this, God loves you, so do I. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on Sunday.